Look for a place to shelter. I'll be fine, but we don't want you catching a cold. Rise! Gather!
Right now, right here. Huh?
I will have order!
The fuse is lit!
Опять компенсация, зашибись. Я говорю, блять. Вот так вот надо компенсировать. Это в танках ни хера ничего не компенсирует. Никакого уважения к игрокам, а в геншине хотя бы какое-то уважение. Ну, тоже небольшое, но хоть какое-то. То есть, ну, по крайней мере, они за свои слова отвечают. То есть, если что-то не работает, они потом это быстро исправляют и потом дают хорошую компенсацию. Еще накупим всего.
If you ever have...
После этого,
This realm is truly
после
beginning to
Элден Ринга,
thrive. I cannot...
перед немножко с управлением. Ну, хотя я к Геншину привык к управлению, все равно вспоминаю Элден Ринг, какое там управление. Ой, что-то вообще эти банки уже исчезают.
If you ever have any...
Для боевого пропуска нужно. Охереть, у меня уже книжек накопилось. Новые не деда и новые... Ну как новые, не новые, а как бы обновились, короче, старые всякие квесты.
Crumble!
Show them. Emerge, right now. Nothing lasts forever. Fire hazard!
Teamwork is dreamwork! That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Order guide you. Solidify!
О нем. Нихера.
Let's light it up!
Right here. The fuse is lit!
Кофе выпить.
Add Astra. Thank you for
Thank you for completed.
Add Astra.
А что это тут это? Только 10.
Solidify!
Бля, Надо плотно ивентом заняться. Бля. Ненавижу этого босса.
Stabilize.
What are my orders? I await your instruction. I'll take care of it.
Я как сел-то, ёпта.
Stabilize. I will have order.
This one.
Fleeting shadow.
Access denied. Take flight.
Your verdict is decided. Pathetic.
My apologies. Embrace the ice.
Ну, сука. Я так и знал, что уйдет, тварь.
Let's dance.
Stabilize.
Гадина.
Shattered. This body is eternal.
Stabilize.
Purge all obstacles. Inferior.
This is order.
Perish.
You shouldn't see me like this.
No touching. We're way behind. I can fix this.
Witness
Quake.
final calamity. Purge all
Whirling snow.
obstacles.
Solidify.
My apologies.
Order guide you.
Is in my hand.
Let the show begin. Did I miscalculate?
Yeah. Gather.
Take flight. Kami-sato. Sumetsu. long overdue.
This is order. Stabilize.
My apologies. Yeah! 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 Ha! Yeah!
Only emptiness awaits. Stay close and you will live.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Illusion shattered!
I'm just way out of practice. No touching. Access denied.
Into the frozen void! The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no
we
place
can
for
do it.
transgressors!
Gather!
Now you shall perish!
Как мало уровня.
Blaze over. Access denied. No touching.
Order guide you.
Come, put up a fight! Not
Solidify.
every wound will heal!
Shine down!
All must burn!
Ha! Illusion shattered!
Who dares call me? Witch!
Solidify.
There is no escape!
Embrace your searing reckoning! Not even ashes will— I never asked for redemption. Never.
had asked. You have already.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle.
Stabilize!
This is long overdue.
How unbecoming. You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously. Gotcha.
Solidify!
No touching.
I will have order!
Inazuma shines eternal!
Nothing to fear! Gather!
Access denied.
Some you win, and some you lose.
Да, круто, сразу 2 уровня. Да, круто к рукой подать. Даже сегодня можно крутки уже получить. Да, можно сейчас получить крутки пойти. Так, надо выполнить задание.
Illusion shattered!
Gather!
Born of ice and frost. Access denied.
Shine down!
For Rex Lapis. Next.
Order guide you. Solidify.
Blaze over. Born of ice and frost. Access denied.
Now you shall perish!
Gather! This is order.
There is no escape!
Access denied.
I see your power.
Torn to oblivion!
У него иммунитет. Придется отряд менять.
Are you going to hold a festival? I won't hold you back. Much.
All right, let's head off.
For justice.
Solidify. Order guide you.
Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword. Rain cutter. Everybody stand back. Huh?
Получишь 3 крутки. Нет, 2 крутки. Бренности, изяществе. Тома, Кукоми, Йоми. Тут явно изящество. Ни хрена, ни хрена. Ни хрена.
Don't stand too close to me, or you... No, my sword! Witness the power of Gugwa! I'm going in!
This is getting interesting. I will have order. Gather!
Time for a light show! Go Bishop down!
Order guide you. Stabilize.
The fuse is lit!
Ты шутишь, блин?
Violet grass is a plant that enjoys a moist environment and is best picked after it rains.
Да. До легендарки там как до луны еще.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
This is order. Solidify.
No, my sword! Rain outlines your fate. Let me... Fire hazard!
Gather.
No, my sword! Rain outlines your fate. The fuse is lit!
I will have order. Solidify.
Ring cutter! I'm going in! Time for a light show! Whatever would you do without me? Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Gather!
I'm always watching. Fire hazard!
This is order. Stabilize. Yeah.
A mystic reprise! Fuse is lit! Right here.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up! Ha!
Solidify!
Emerge.
Order guide you.
Видите, я уже книжек накопил. Почти 400 штук. Почти 500 таких. Неохота выполнять ивенты тут сейчас. Уже 6 дней осталось.
Osmanthus. Wine tastes the same as I remember.
Greetings, traveler in Paimon. I heard there would be guides for the Iridori festival, but I didn't expect it would be you two.
We didn't expect to see you either! Returning as a guest.
I was a little surprised myself when I received the invitation. But after wandering the outside world for so long...
Kazuha, when we saw you in
in the distance just now. You seem to be looking for something. What happened?
Ah, yes. You see, when I came off the boat with everyone just now, I could tell they were not footsteps of a regular passenger. But by the time I turned around, the person had already disappeared. Even though I didn't manage to catch a glimpse of them, I found this strange piece of paper by my...
Oh, does the paper happen to have a poem written on it?
Huh. How did you know?
Oh, did you know?
It's almost hard to believe such things could happen. Sure, here it is. Please.
Last time, Aoi no Okina's poem ended with a reference to Akihito. And story this time basically says that Akihito got his name from his love of red seals. However, the Shogun discovered that, well, if Paimon were to rate today's story, it sounds pretty unfortunate.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this story. I too was once wanted as a criminal by the shogunate.
But according to the story, Akihito was exiled by the Shogun because of his wrongdoings. You did nothing wrong, huh? Traveler, what are you thinking about?
Ah, by the way, you mentioned that your friend has been struggling because he's unable to sign his in Liyue and Inazuma. There is a saying, that which has been stamped has also... While sailing at sea, I sometimes carve things to pass the time. If you wish to create a stamp for his seal, I might be able to help.
Wow, that's an idea! Quick, let's go tell Albedo!
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liu, there's tourist spots. I have a few references.
Crumble!
Albedo, we figured out a way to help Shincho!
Interesting. A story of the 5 Kasen appears again. A stamped seal, huh? Indeed, it is an efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingqiu won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore. Since Xingqiu's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem... But I have another idea. Using a seal is a part of it, of course. Let's go to Ouya Restaurant.
Competition is now underway. Take part and win prizes.
Ох уж эти квесты просто охренительно длинные.
Yes, that's it, Jenny.
Your writing has greatly improved today, which means yesterday's intensive training was effective.
My apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore. I should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy.
You just had a 10-minute break. Come on, you can do this.
When it comes to pushing a deadline, there's no one more brutal than Mr. Hirayama.
No wonder Lady Yai would always send the editorial director to handle troublesome authors.
Whoa, this is getting scary. It hasn't even been that long and Shincho's already zombified.
Mr. Hirayama, we found a solution that might just solve our... In both Liyue and Inazuma, seals are widely used as the equivalents of a signature. If we use a stamp to leave the author's seal on the books, of course, a seal on its own is not enough. So, I propose that each signature first will use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature. In addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write. That way, he will only need to draw a...
Let me think. All right, I think that would work. Not only does it still involve the author's own handwriting, but the result should be very beautiful.
So, what you mean to say is, I've been saved from...
Mr. Hirayama, it suddenly occurred to me that the reason we gave up on live book signings previously was because it would take too long for the author to sign each book. But if we adopted Calx's proposed method, we might have enough time to do signatures at the live event. And if all the authors signed their books in the same fashion, then Genyu's signature wouldn't look out of place.
If you think it's feasible, I would certainly be happy to design signatures for the other authors.
Yes, and you may leave carving the stamps to me.
In that case, I shall contact the other two authors participating in the new release event.
It is a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events. However, if we implement this new format...
Great! Looks like everyone's on board with the idea.
I'm sorry to have kept you busy for so long, Genyu. Please, take the next few days to have a good rest. We'll handle everything from here. The books that Genyu already signed can be used as special prizes in future events held by the Ai Publishing House.
We did it! The event is saved!
Thanks to everyone's efforts, Onodera and I are finally free of that mess.
That's right! You're finally free, Shincho! Maybe you should step up...
Несмотря на то, что я читал, то, что в этом сюжете сказано, я ничего не понял. Ну так, чуть-чуть что-то понял, но не особо много.
We still have some time to burn.
Traveler, there you are.
Oh, it's Ayaka! And
I was just going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson when I found a strange piece of paper on a flower stand. This bar just happened to be close by at the time. He informed me that you've also found similar papers recently.
But the paper she found isn't quite the same as the ones we found before.
Here's the paper. Please have...
Huh. All the poems we found before were roughly the same length. But this one is only...
And even though there are only 2 short sentences, neither of them are next to the title or centered on the page. The position of the writing seems to indicate that there is other content written on this.
If we take the poem literally, it reads, "Dip this paper in water." Speaking of which, I have an ancient text at home, specializing in ancient and exotic stories. It mentions a special ink that will show itself.
So, shall we give it a whirl? It just so happens that there...
Wow, look! It's really working! More... Let Paimon see what it says. The story says that after Sumizomi got the collection of poems from Akihito and the plagiarized words in the poem became blurry.
You see, Paimon, in the past, when printing was not yet well developed, Handwritten text could easily be... To ensure the text lasted longer, they'd either write using a special ink or coat the paper's surface with a waterproof coating once the writing was finished. Such special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce, and the waterproof coating could... However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the shogun, surely one of those two methods. But as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
Which means Akihito didn't plagiarize his work.
Yes, it appears that this is the truth that Sumizo... Although the story is saddening, I've decided on the subjects. Kazuha, Ayaka, would you be willing...
I would be delighted.
Yes, as would I.
There you go. The next 2 portraits should be ready in no time.
Yes. And now that all 4 stories have all been collected...
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. People bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akihito.
Akihito had once belonged to the 5 Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akihito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal. She immersed his poetry in a stream nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink run. Aoi no Okina passed by and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
Yeah. Ever since we completed the story of the 5... One of the 5 Kasen is called Kuranushi, right? It's just that... How could the story of the 5...
Oh!
Huh? Not noticed what? This is no time to be playing...
What he means is that the story of Kuronushi was...
Huh?
That's right. The key lies in the poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry collection. An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akihito's. Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing and thinking about his... However, for the perpetrator who framed Akihito, he was worried that if this poem was seen by the Shogun, then the Shogun could discover the truth behind the plagiarism incident. So, in desperation, he threatened Aoi no Okina to make him tear out this poem.
Which means... The one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akihito! What?
That's right. Though there are only 4 poems,
Ни
they still
хера
managed to tell
непонятно.
the
О
complete
чем они
story
там
of all 5.
толкуют?
Since the Shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 Kasen, the only
Oh, okay.
However, The story of the 5 Kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us, which begs the question...
A Kuronushi?
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has...
Oh, right! Kazuha! He's been pretty...
Ебать.
Hey,
Чё так долго-то?
Kazuha, are you okay? You've been standing in front of this...
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the...
Yes. A few things did come to mind, actually. I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Hey, we're all friends here, Kazuha. You can always tell us...
Kaidehara, please forgive my assumption, but perhaps you...
The Raiden Gokuden?
It appears that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of the... But it also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission. It would be improper to speak of it here without...
It's fine. Those of us here are all trustworthy, so there isn't any. However, this matter is somewhat complicated and may be difficult to explain. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs. The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many... Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Amenoma art still maintains its artisan lineage. The descendants of the Ishin art are also still alive, but the descendants of the Ishin art are none other than...
Whoa! We knew Kazuha came from a noble family, but we had no idea about his connection to the Yashiro Commission.
Yes, but that's all part of the past now. The Ishin art was lost. My grandfather was dissatisfied with my great-grandfather's lack of effort. When he was young, my grandfather traveled all over Tevat to find a way to revive the family business. And in my generation, our last remaining family property was...
I heard my elder brother mention that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades, 3 of the families later, there was speculation that all of these misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations. However, since not every family of the Raiden Gokuden came to ruin, such explanations were treated as nothing more than a...
Indeed. I've also believed, however, I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was... Not only did it affect the Kaedehara clan, but it nearly jeopardized the Kamisato clan's position in... After reading the story of the 5 Kasen, I can't help but feel like it's pointing me toward the truth.
What exactly happened to your great-grandfather?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the details. Let's meet. I will tell you everything I know that...
Ура! Я прошел это дерьмо. Частично. Бля, вот за это корону вообще дают.
An Aishan blessing, now 10% off.
Ладно, это уже будем завтра выполнять. Есть 6 дней. Так что потом можно это будет выполнить.